And everyone, so far, has made it through safe and sound. Now the battle for P1 is not doing too badly here. Oh, and we can see in P4, Torrico has a bit of a run wide, but Sinton can't capitalise on it. Hard on the brakes. Into the most awkward complex. Oh, and someone's off. Skyring's off. Skyring from P2 has spun it. Oh dear. And he needs to get the car back up and running. Now Skyring just needs to keep it going. There's only 17 minutes, but what that would have been probably is from the shift from brake into acceleration. It's just very hard to do. Now Sinton's up to P4. 1.2 seconds behind Torrico and P3. Lloyd. Of course, 66 is on P1. Of course. I don't know how, but 66 just seems to be able to get in a car and figure out. He's a bit like Bo Dixon in that way. But hopefully Lloyd can put a bit of pressure on 66. Because if Lloyd can get some very good points, especially if Skyring's dropped a load of points, if Lloyd can gain some, he might be able to get on top of the championship going into the final 2 rounds. Or into the final round, even. At Le Mans in the Hypercars. So we'll see what happens then. Sinton's moved into P3. Managed to get by Torrico. So Rabbit is just about getting into his groove now. Lemmy is also possibly looking to capitalise on Torrico. Skyring has already made a second back down in P7. But whether that can actually become acclimatised to anything is something else again. But good drive from Sinton at the back of the grid. Guys, like in chat, I don't know how it sounds on YouTube, but I would have this at full blast.
Oh, it says, please wait.
Because we're about to go on board with 66.
Again.
There were 2 people still in the practice circuit.
There it is.
I'm still in the practice
So we're now on board, and Lloyd is just at the fastest lap of the race.
2 minutes.
1:57.
I've been doing it some races where it takes about 2 or 3 minutes or 4 minutes before it's at. If not, then you can deploy yours already.
Will it start with people still in there?
In the practice server, it's a separate server completely.
Oh, okay.
Although, it says, yeah, it's showing 3 people online, so...
And Torrico's just moved back into P3, and Sinton...
Now 2 now, yeah.
It's just brought it back, so... Clearly these two have a nice little tussle. Skyring has got past Lemmy, who must have made an error. But there is a good little battle for P3, but these cars, I love V8s. Super V8s are just so good.
Seems very strange to me that...
But it looks like the battle for P3 is still on Coulson. Oh, he's spun it in the background.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, that's such a shame. Again, these cars, if you're not in the right gear... Not like the original car, but okay for AC. It's okay for AC, I would agree.
You're going to tell me I need to put the steering wheel back on, aren't you?
But Sinton is dropped.
I would have thought that it would be on
Torrico.
Yeah, I would agree.
You'd have your back on the boost.
I think there's a very, very faint thing on the right-hand side, but I actually can't really see it very well. Possibly because it's dark, right? But that seems stupid. But the dark might be the reason.
Needs to somehow, in the next 15 minutes, put some pressure under 66. Use the accelerator to help the rotation. Oh, look at this squirrel under pressure.
What's the plan?
Pressure trying to get the power through the rear wheels. I think there's about 460 horses in these vehicles. There or thereabouts.
Nice.
Maybe close to 600 actually, I'm not entirely sure.
Is it like...
Yeah,
what a great combo.
WSs have been having a tough couple of days.
I would do a Super V8 league, but I just know no one would do it because they don't have the ball. They don't have the ball to do
what
it.
is the name of that thing? And could I get it, do you think, between now and the start?
Race Essentials. I'll have a look if I've got it here in my downloads. I think I might
Skyring's
still have
managed
it.
to get its way up to P5, obviously with Colton spinning. 66 having a little bit of a wobble there.
I heard something.
Power down, but 66.
Connect now.
So we've got that car dialed into
No, Rabbi, you haven't got
his
time.
tasting.
Is it sidekick by any chance?
Okay,
The
so
silly thing is, I
sidekick
bet Jamsky hasn't really done
is
anything with
also,
his car.
so Race Essentials is like the precursor to sidekick.
And Skyring
But to me, it's actually better.
managed
I prefer it bigger, but it's
to get by Torrico. He's having to go defensive. He's kind of close to gap on the braking. It's a bit slow coming out, so can Torrico climb back through the slip? A lot of pace carried through there, makes it really slow for the right-hander, yeah. You really need to get slowed up for that left-hander to get more exit speed. Now the right-hander. There we go, that's the one I want. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final round of the PNR Ultimate Sim Racer. We are at the Le Mans circuit in the Hypercars, and we're hoping that the server stays stable enough. I mean, I'm watching a driver here, and it's a little bit shaky, but hopefully it won't be too bad soon enough. Could just be the custom shaders patch just trying to settle down a little bit, because this is going to be a very late day to night race, and it's, like I said, it's the finale, and trust me, the finale is incredibly close at the moment, and I'll show you for why very, very soon. But yeah, so what is the proceedings tonight? It's a 40-minute race tonight instead of the traditional 20, so double the amount of time. It's at Le Mans. We're in the Hypercars. A lot more technical, probably some of the fastest cars endurance-wise in the world. Well, they are the fastest cars endurance-wise in the world. And it's all up to Jay Skyring here in the Ferrari that you can see to my right to keep hold of the championship. So at the moment, Jay is top of the table. If we just take a quick look at the top of the table, so we can see Jay Skyring there has got 96 points at the very top, and then 3 drivers are behind him, only separated by 5 points. So any top 4 driver today could win the championship. Mathematically, Rabba could win, but the reality is he would need Skyring, Lloyd, Hewis and 66 to retire. So unless that happens, there's not much of a shout for Sinton. But if Skyring were to finish in P... Just got my little spreadsheet here to help me out. If I just move it over. So essentially, if Lloyd, who is currently in P2 with 88 points, wins the race, Skyring needs to finish P2. If Pindalia finishes P1, Skyring needs to finish in the top 3 for a guaranteed win. If 66 in P4 wins, Skyring can finish 4th, but we're not quite sure how it will play out in the overall standings. Most likely that 66 will win the championship purely based on number of wins. So for guaranteed win, he would need to finish in the top 3. If Skyring finishes in the top 3, and as long as Lloyd doesn't win, he will become the PNR Season 2 champion and take that title away from Pindalia, who currently sits in P3. So there is a lot happening in this race, and it is up to Mr. Skyring here in the Ferrari. It's not having the best outlet to get the job done. But I hope you're all doing well here on this Wednesday night. It's the middle of the week. We don't have many races happening at this moment in time. purely because we want to find out from our community what they would like to do next. We've got streamer votes in already, which is fantastic. The PNTCC will be coming back on a Monday, but all 3 events, so our Monday night event, Wednesday night event and Sunday night event, are going to start on the same week, which will probably be early to mid-November, just whilst we get the 3-hour race at Daytona done. And in the meantime, make sure you subscribe and make sure that you like to the channel, because we'll be streaming that race from either a steward's perspective, or we will have a dedicated commentator, maybe, because I'm actually going to try and drive in that session. I need to get some practice in. So keep an eye out for that one, and I'll pass more details along in just a moment. So Skyring, like I said, is top of the championship, but Lloyd is in the first seat to knock him off that leaderboard. But it kind of all depends on how people finish. I mean, if Skyring finishes lower, but Lloyd only finishes second and 66 wins and all of this, that, and the other, it's quite a mathematical conundrum. So hopefully we'll be able to check it out before we finish the end of the stream, and I'll be able to give you our overall race winner. Obviously, if Skyring just wins the race, he wins the championship. But the maths is going to be happening quite a lot, and I'm so glad that it's such a close end to the series, as the Porsche's looking mighty quick around here. Quite a few Porsches here tonight. 3 BMWs, 5 Porsches and 2 Ferraris, and 1 Mercedes safety car, which is yours truly. So here is Lloyd coming through the final complex. To start their flying lap. I think Galicki was first one out. Oh, and goes off there. Just outbreaks themselves a little bit. I think that's Coulson. Well, not Coulson. That was Skyring going through there. So we'll see what Skyring's lap time is. Now, I know that Pindalia has been practicing quite hard, really focusing on the setup. These cars have got ballast and restrictions on them. Or restrictions, no ballast, sorry, just restrictions. Because I found out if you put weight ballast on, they corner better. So it's better to just restrict them, really. Still not quite got that left-hander right there, Skyring. Maybe it's because he's just ultra pushing. Nicely done. Over the timing line for a 3:24.9, not so bad. Galicki goes over 3:32, but we saw that they had their off there. And Sobek is back. Good to have you back, Sobek, who is also in the Ferrari. Oh, and just messes up the last sector there. I believe that's 66 just behind, coming over the timing line, taking slot 1. Tack goes over the line to take P1. So there's no guarantee here that, you know, Sinton, Lloyd, Jacob Adam, big up Lloyd. Hopefully Lloyd, he can do it. He really, really wants this championship, so hopefully he'll be able to do it. But, you know, there are other factors and sources that could throw a little bit of a wrench in the works. Here is Lloyd now. I'll be hanging here if I don't fall asleep mid-race. I hope it'll be a good race. Thank you, Lemon. I'm sure it will be. I've got a funny feeling this is going to be one of the best races P&R's ever hosted. I do have that feeling. I think it's going to be incredibly close tonight. As we're on board with the Penske Motorsport Porsche, which did really well in the WEC series. Not quite as good as the Hertz. Oh, look at the understeer. Going through there. Ian, what line is that? Oh, wow. Okay. Lloyd can do better than that. Look at that. He's laser focused. Just making his own complex there. Thing is, though, oh, that's the end of practice, and there's no qualifying in Ultimate Sim Racer, you know. So, TAC is going to start at the top of the grid, most likely. Skyring will be finished starting in third. 66 will probably be starting in second. Galicki is in fourth. Coulson is coming up to set a lap time pretty much now. The South African in the BMW. Let's see what Coulson can put down. There are a few more drivers out there, so there's still a chance for things to change. But in the Ultimate Sim Racer, we thought it would do a random grid, and it just hasn't. So, oh no, Collie is binned it into a wall. Line up the rear tyres, and here is the Hertz, or the Jota Porsche. And that's not looking very comfortable for Pindalia either. And that's going to scupper his race start. But what about Sinton? Is TAC still out? TAC is still out. 66 is still out. Skyring is still out. So we've still got a few more drivers yet. Coulson's just sat on the start finish line for some reason. Who is going to be next across the line? Skyring. Can Skyring get any improvements? He does, but not in terms of position. So it's going to be a P3 start for Skyring. Galicki comes over the line. No improvements, and must have had an off track. Sinton is just come around the slowest corner off the track. TAC, where 66 is coming through the last complex now. It's looking quite a good lap time, actually. 3:19, 3:20. It's going to be pretty quick, you know. He's going to go top of the table. This is exactly what 66 needed for his championship contention. He'll be happy, but what that does mean is that down the main Mulsanne straights, he's going to have a lot of cars with slip behind him, and possibly using the MG UK unit to their advantage. But realistically, if you can save a little bit of boost for Sector 3, it just massively opens up the lap times. And Sinton comes over the timing line to nail down full position with a 3:30.177. So whilst we're just waiting for the next session, let me just remind you of our PNR 3-hour Daytona Endurance race hosting on WSS. It's free to enter, but it is for a charity. One of our community members is trying to raise money for their church, and I'm pretty sure they're very close to their target. So it is a kind of a charity race, but we're also doing this because we want to. And it's a bit of fun. If you want to get involved, just make sure you join our Discord. Link is in the description below. And you can, as long as you've got the right license and you can break our lap time and consistency, you can either be in the Hypercars or in a GT3 of your choice. I'm driving with Lloyd for the race, for our 3-hour Enduro. And we're going to be driving the Nissan GTR because why not? It's usually a bit of a boat of a car, but hopefully we'll be able to get somewhere. So all the cars are on the grid, and it's 3 abreast. I did not know that was going to be happening. Okay. So the camera shake is pretty bad on T1. That looks pretty good. Okay. So we'll keep an eye on Skyring, as it's them that are currently in P1. Our current Ultimate Sim Racer Pindalia is in P6. But I know he's quick. I know he's quick. So we'll have to keep an eye out for Pindalia. There is a little bit of a wait time for the custom shaders patch just to set itself down. It's going to start at basically sunset and going into the night, and we will finish in the darkness of Le Mans, where anything can happen in motorsport. Lloyd is P7 Sobek, it's P8 Coulson is P9 and Watt is in P10. But like I said, we will try and keep an eye on our current championship leader. And we'll watch the carnage unfold. I've got a funny feeling this is either going to be one of the cleanest, most aggressive races we've ever seen, or everyone's going to die at the first left-hander. One of the two. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Place your bets. So where are our lights? And we're just waiting in anticipation here. We can see all those cars behind. And here we go. Here are our lights. As they light up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And off we pop for the last round of the PNR Ultimate Sim Racer. It's a good start from Skyring. But Tack and 66. 66 is already gone. He's already off. And it looks to me everyone's making it through so far. We're just waiting for our driver board to come back. Tack is actually in the lead, sorry. Lloyd is in P2. That's not right. Is that right? Lloyd has had an absolute incredible start, if that's correct. Oh my lord. So Tack is actually in the race lead. Lloyd's in P2. Skyring in P3. 66 has fallen down to P4. Galecki in P5. Watt in 6. Pindalia moves back up to 6 and currently jostling for P7. Oh, it's just fallen back to P7. Sinton is P8 and Coulson has spun off just at the beginning of Moss on straight. And there is Sobek as well. So I imagine there's probably been a collision. Pindalia, who's currently in the run-in for the championship, is heavily battling for P6 as we go into the first set of chicanes. Oh, a little bit of wobbly moment there for Pindalia. Can Galecki and can Watt and Sinton capitalise on such events as we go on board with Pindalia? Try and have a quick look at his dash. 300 Ks, 310. And Sinton has moved into P7, but it looks like Watt is trying to go down the inside and cuts the corner completely. And has somehow got away with that. That's an absolute illegal cut right there. Probably needs to give back the position, really. And I think that's what's happening. So Pindalia has moved back ahead of Watt. Watt just dives down the inside of Pindalia. Really trying. Pindalia's having his work out here. The slip is real in these hypercars, that is for sure. Lloyd, P2, is now 2 tenths behind Tack. So the two Porsches are going at it here. Great move by Lloyd. Into the braking zone, but just locks up the front left. Can he hold the inside line? Ah, he can't. Tack's got it back. Now as long as Skyring... Oh no, and Lloyd spun it! No! Lap 1 and Lloyd has spun it around the slowest, possibly the hardest corner off the circuit. And so has Watt, to be fair. And so has Pindalia! This is great news for Skyring. So Skyring is currently odds on for winning the championship. All he has to do is finish in front of 66 and the championship is his. But there's already a 9-second gap between P4 and P5 and we're only on lap 1. So that showed you how hard Watt and Pindalia have been battling. Sinton's in P6. Lloyd and Watt look like they've had a collision again. And that's basically Lloyd's opportunity for winning the Ultimate Sim Racer gone. And you can kind of tell that by the way that he's just taking his time to restart the race. We'll get back on track, but you just don't know what's going to happen, really. There is 36 minutes left to go. Anything can and could happen. Not quite sure what Watt's doing. He's going into the pit lane here, so clearly got a bit of damage. What's Lloyd going to do here? And he's just going to keep on going. So I'm not sure if Watt's actually got a time penalty. So here's our current race leader, Tack, the Frenchman, in the Jota Porsche. Trying to keep a good control on the race. But here is the only person really that can now challenge 66. But Pindalia has got the gap down from 10 seconds to 6 seconds. So we'll have to keep an eye out for Pindalia towards the end of this race. What an absolute frantic lap 1. Feel good for Lloyd, and Lloyd has gone off again and has spun it. So there's either damage or something's not quite going right for him with that car. Could have just touched the grass by the looks of it there. But I'm sorry to say that's probably Lloyd's chances gone. These drivers aren't really known for making their errors, but that being said, commentators' curse exists, so let's see what happens. So we go on board with the Ferrari of Jay Skyring. Just needs to keep 66 behind them. But the only way for 66 to win this is to win the race. So 66 has got quite a lot of work to do. He first has to get past Skyring and then catch Tack, who is currently 3.7 seconds ahead. Taking quite a shallow line in there, Skyring. Oh, and 66 has spun it! 66 has lost control on the same corner that Lloyd lost it, so the two likely candidates for winning the championship have spun it on the same corner. One lap after each other. I can't believe that, that's insane. So, Skyring, now, Pindalia's got a drive-through for cutting. This is everything that needs to happen for Skyring is happening right now. Pindalia's got a track cut. He needs to get a drive-through done. Just get out of the way. But he's not gone into the pits this lap. Or has he? No, he hasn't. Tacker's got the fastest lap of the race so far. Pindalia is going so quickly as well, but he's got a drive-through. And it looks like 66 is trying to get down the inside of Galicki. Hard on the brakes. But the problem is Pindalia's got a drive-through. This is the perfect scenario for Skyring. He can now relax. Completely relax for the next 32 minutes. Just keep the car in the circuit. Let Tack drive as fast and as quick and as aggressive as he likes. And the championship is his. But back to Pindalia. He's currently going for an attack on Galicki. Now with 32 minutes left to go, 66 has got a hell of a job to do. And you can hear the Ferrari of Skyring just going, and Pindalia's looking down the inside into the first chicane. Gets the job done. And that puts him up to P4, but for how long? I mean, the drive-through is going to last about 30 to 35 seconds. It's going to put him down around about 8th position. Well, maybe not even that. It should be more like 20 seconds, really. So we're talking maybe 6th position. But Skyring right now is in heaven. Consistency is key, ladies and gentlemen. Consistency is key. Lloyd has got up to P9, or was it still in P9? 25 seconds behind Sobek. I think the only thing for Lloyd now is just to continue on, press on, and just see what can be done. Just trying to see what cameras there are. Oh, that was a pretty nice flame coming out of the tyre for some reason. As the night is settling in now, makes Le Mans a much different beast at night. Not quite the same level as the Nordschleife, but whenever instance happens at Le Mans, it's always during the night. You know what I think happened to the Porsches? The slow left-hander, no, right-hander, sorry. Is that, tax with another fastest lap. Is that depending on what their MG UK setting was, if there's a boost of energy and you're not expecting it, you're putting the foot down, putting through the throttle, and Pindalia's taking his drive through. Has he? Interesting. That signed off his drive-through before he even got into the pits. That was very odd. But like I said, should put him P6. You can hear Sinton just driving by now. There he is. And Sinton just moves into P5. Let's look towards the back of the grid. So Watt, who was in a good battle at the beginning, maybe a bit too aggressive, currently sat in P10. Lloyd in P9 after getting an absolutely epic start. Just not quite getting the car control down. Sobek is in P8, who looks like he's going to be challenging Coulson fairly shortly in the Ferrari, in the BMW. So Ferrari chasing down BMW. Coulson drive through for cutting. So that'll be Coulson. Not quite going down to P9. They'll be close. Lloyd will be able to maybe gain a position. But penalties seem to be being dished out here. Oh, and there goes Coulson. So Collie losing the rear end. Sobek goes through to take P7. And Coulson drops down to P8. Now, where is Coulson in the table currently? So Coulson's currently P7 and is in a league battle with Sobek. So this could be quite an important sort of race for Coulson here, depending on where he can finish off. Oh, and locks up the brakes here in the second chicane. Not going well for Collie. Pindalia 3 seconds behind Sinton. Let's go on board in a minute. Is there like a in-car? Yeah. Driver perspective view. It's not quite the same as Formula 1, I grant you, but it'll give you a rough idea of what they're doing. So here we go. Oh, missed the apex there. Does seem that the Porsche gets its power down really well. And it's catching Sinton up there, so I reckon he's used a little bit of boost there. And here we go through probably one of the most fun parts of the Le Mans circuit. Oh, a little bit of wash there from Sinton's car. You can see the understeer kicking in. runs wide there from Rabbit. Just not quite getting the same. Oh, a little bit of a bump. And Sinton goes down the inside to try and defend. And Hewis just gets the job done. Gets past Sinton and gets P5. The next car to chase is our current P4 Galicki, who locked up on T1. So that's going to be a couple of seconds lost there. In P3 is 66. Coulson has taken his drive-through. And is slowly catching up Skyring, but even if he finishes ahead of Skyring, it won't be enough. The point difference is too big. Coulson, stop and go, 10 seconds for speeding. Oh no, Collie. I wonder if that is because for some reason it's taken off the drive-through pre-pit lane for some reason. And is having to... Yeah, he's going to have to go through again. So that's Coulson's race pretty much over. Lloyd moves up into P8. And that's the only hope for Lloyd, really, is that the cars in front of him get drive-throughs or penalties of some description to be able to get him back up through the leaderboard. But Skyring 12, 13 seconds behind Tack, who is putting in a hell of a shift here. Absolutely bombing it here, Tack. Absolutely rapid. A little bit of a front left lockup. And 66 has got the gap down to 4.5 seconds. Very smooth there. Another fastest lap of 3:23.4. And I think some of the drivers will be kicking themselves because they were doing faster than this in the practice server just moments ago. So they will be kicking themselves a little bit. Skyring doing a 25, 66 doing a 24. It's Pindalia who I want to keep an eye on because Pindalia managed to even hit a 220. And Galicki just a little bit of an awkward acceleration there. 3:31, that's a lot of time lost there. Pindalia goes over the line for 3:25.2. So it's either the track temperature that's gone down here during the night. Rabber's got a 3:29 Sobek. Going to come over the line. Let's keep an eye on what Lloyd was doing because Lloyd wasn't exactly slow either in practice. And at the rate that Sobek is kind of taking a couple of these corners, 3:34. So let's get an idea of what, how quickly the gap could close down for Lloyd. 3:27, yeah, he's just cruising. He's just cruising. 4 seconds a lap, so 3 laps time. He'll be on the back of Sobek. 66, meanwhile, can see the rear end of Jay Skyring. And Watt has just got moved into P9. done a personal best. Coulson's currently just serving their stop and go penalty. There he goes. He's going to wait 10 seconds. And then off he pops. Oh, I don't know if... I think that was a bit early. I think he's going to have to wait another 10 seconds, I think, because he's gone too early. I'm not sure what Coulson's doing here. He's lost a lot of time. Oh, is he finding where you need to do the stop and go? It's not been served. Now, sadly, I'm not sure how quickly I can just get in there and clear the... I think he might retire here because he's just... Yeah, he's kind of screwed it up a little bit. Hang on then. Bear with me just a moment. Please excuse what you're about to see. Just got to log on as the admin. Why can't I clear penalty? No. Back. Why is it not working? God damn it. Pretty sure you have to type a message. Well, I put cleared, but it's not working, Lemon. So I think the real penalty app is broken at the moment because it's not doing it for me. See, these buttons are working. Yeah, I just can't seem to do it for some reason. You are not admin on the server. Then what? How am I not admin on this server? So he's got to go back in anyway. I literally typed in the admin password and it's not worked. Very annoying. Anyway, 66 in that meantime, whilst I was getting very annoyed, has moved into P2. And it's got 5 seconds clear of Skyring. So Skyring's clearly had a bit of an incident whilst I was trying to clear that penalty. But Tack is 20 seconds up the road. And Coulson's trying to do it. It could be an issue with this track, actually. You're right. Apparently, Real Penalties race department page is gone. Yeah, so the app is gone. Oh dear. That's not good. Have they pulled out support from it? Looks like it. And Coulson's trying to get his penalty served. But like I say, it could be a problem with the circuit. But the fact that it said that I wasn't an admin, it's very annoying. So 66 is, well, 2 seconds a lap. Well, lost 2 seconds just in that third sector alone. Now, the only way for 66 to... Galicki's got a drive-through. Not the driver that we were hoping for, really. Drive-through taken. Yeah, the drive-through gets taken before they even come into the pit lane. Which is a bit silly. Lloyd was catching up Sobek. So I'm not quite sure what's happened. And 66 has gone wide. So distributed on Discord and Patreon. Okay, then WSS website needs to update their linking because it links to race department. And Sobek is gone through of a 3:32. So we're coming into the final 14 minutes of this race. It's been quite eventful. Let's see if I can quickly work out the maths for 66 to yeah, for 66, if he finishes second, we'll give him 18 points to his tally. So Jay only needs 5 points to beat 66. Oh no, that's based on... Yeah, so where does... What's the total difference? Yeah, the total difference is 5 points. So Jay only needs... 5 points, which effectively is P7 and above. So, yes, he just needs to finish. Just needs to finish. I didn't realise my point system dropped that drastically, to be honest. But maybe, yeah, maybe it did deliberately. Wait, hang on. Best 4 per round. Only 4 best races results per round will be counted in the final sample. What? So it's only going to pick the best 4 rounds, let me? Like people's best 4 rounds? That can't be right. To be fair, Pindalia is lapping close to 2 seconds a lap quicker than Skyring, but is 17 seconds behind. So, not going particularly well there for Pindalia. That can't be right. So I was just looking at the points info tab, let me. And at the very top, it says best 4 per round. Only 4 best race results per round will be counted in the final standings. That's not what we wanted. Should be total. Should be the total amount of points. Unless I'm misunderstanding that. So Lloyd has just done a PB of the race so far. That one's if you use daily races. Okay, that's good then. I just don't want it to pick people's 4 best results and, you know, that's that. What has taken their drive through? Coulson's in the pits. I think they're retired. It's toggled off. Okay, thank you, Lemmy. Yeah, I was getting a bit anxious then. I was like, what on earth? I'm with you. I'm with you, I'm with you. Okay. Coulson's disqualified, not taken. I think the track, sadly, is a bit broken for the real penalty app, which is a shame. I mean, the community asked for the track change, which probably was a little bit more clued up with real penalty, but, you know, it is what it is. So 9 minutes left to go. Something drastic has to happen to Jay Skyring for him to lose the championship. And by drastic, I literally mean pretty much a minute's worth of time needs to happen. A drive-through won't cut it. Oh, a bit bouncy. You're making a little wood press we shouldn't use with real penalty. That's a good idea. We checked that it works with Daytona, so that's okay for the 3 hour. But yeah, there's certainly needs to make a list where real penalty doesn't work the way it should intend to. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Lemon. Lemon in chat states, in case you're not live, though we can only know these sort of things happen after they've happened, which is very true. We move on and we learn. 22 seconds to gap for P2 to tack. And Skyring is gone drifting. Not enough for anything dramatic. But we caught it on camera, someone clip it, send off tubing frame, 250 quid in our back pockets. Let's go. And there is Hewis behind them. Now if that doesn't stir Hewis on to get him into P3 after the absolute carnage that was lap 1, I'm not sure what will. One driver that's been absolutely fantastic is our current race lead, Attack. Got an epic start off the line. And it's been absolutely dominant throughout this whole race. 6 minutes left to go, 2 laps. And there's Coulson, disqualification. He chucked to the pits. Oh, I feel so sorry for Collie. Tap must be managing that MG UK really nicely. or it's just got a really nice setup, or just absolutely loves Le Mans and this Porsche. So they seem to be driving it very, very, very well. And Pindalia's lost a load of time here. So he's clearly had another moment somewhere. He was 6 seconds behind a moment ago. So clearly, people are struggling with these hypercars, and that's the whole point in the Ultimate Sim Racer, is to be difficult. This is meant to provide us with our Ultimate Sim Racer for the series, and it will be back after the next load of events that'll be starting towards tail end of October / early November. And the gaps are pretty good. Lloyd, on the other hand, seems to have found some pace. Coming towards the end of the race, 4 minutes left to go. Might be able to get P7 away from Sobek. Lloyd's looking down the inside here. And Sobek should probably give away the position. Oh, and a bit of a tap there by Sobek. I think Sobek's going to wait. He knows that he did a bit of an error, and that's what we like to see. A little bit too late on the brakes there for Sobek. Oh, sounds like Sobek ran a bit wide there. Yeah, he did. So next car is Galicki. Let's have a little look at the lap times. See if there's a realistic possibility that Jamski could catch them up. To be fair, it's 5 seconds the last lap. Was the difference even with being tapped off by Lloyd? Oh, last lap, sorry. Oh, no, Galicki was faster than, by 1 second. So, yeah, Lloyd needs to, sadly, accept that that's probably as high as he's going to get. Let's have a look at Sinton. In the Cosworth BMW, apparently. Didn't realise it was a Cosworth engine. Get rid of all of those disqualifications for Coulson, because it wasn't really his fault. Let's see what this BMW is like around these set of corners. Rabmus is just going to keep going. P5 would be a great result for Rabbit, who doesn't get any practice through the week. Looks so good through the eyes of a hypercar, doesn't it? That section of circuit. So nice. Very smooth there by Rabba. Lovely stuff. Pindalia, 14 seconds behind Skyring. Rabba's just set his fastest lap of the race as well. Personal best. what currently has a drive-through for cutting the circuit. So what's going to have to do that one now? And Tak's last lap was also his best lap of the race so far, with 15 seconds to go. This will be the last lap of our Ultimate Sim Racing Series Season 2. And Skyring is on the way to becoming champion. So Tak, in all fairness to them, has been in complete control of this race since the very beginning. Thoroughly deserves the race victory. And Tak comes over the line to take round 8 Ultimate Sim Racer victory. 66 is going to take a good P2, but it's not going to be enough to take the Ultimate Series Championship. If I remember rightly, he was close in Season 1 and close again in Season 2. Maybe Season 3 could be the one for him. As over the line he goes, but here is our Season 2 Ultimate Sim Racing Champion, Skyring. Season 2 of the Ultimate Sim Racer for PNR is Jay Skyring. Congratulations, my friend. Great job, well managed. It was everyone else that had to do the work in the end. Condolences to Pindolia. He's lost his championship, or his title. It's no longer the PNR Ultimate Sim Racer. That goes to Skyring. But P4, after what was a very tough start for him, is a very good result. Sinton going to be coming over to take P5. And over the line he comes to take P5. Great result. I think that's also going to give him P5 in the championship as well. So very good result for Sinton. Galicki, first time racing with us, and to be fair, did a very good job. P6 is going to be a pretty solid result for this person, I assume. And over the line they come. Lloyd, who was in P2 until that fateful incident, comes over the line in P7. Good recovery drive, really, after those few instances. Sobek is going to be the last driver to come across the line in P8, and I think that'll give them P6 in the championship, but I will find out before we finish this stream tonight. Usually I just log off and off I pop, but tonight we will hang about and wait. So that's Jay Skyring, who is the PNR Series Champion for Season 2. Still struggling to do donuts. Still struggling to do donuts. Now, the only way that everyone, is going to update is when everyone leaves the server. So we do need everyone to jump off, really. But not a bad race. There was lots of moments that happened, sadly. Not necessarily in the form of actual hardcore racing. But that's it. The championship is decided. That's Jay Skyring. As I've mentioned a fair few times before, because I'm just trying to think of things to say to kind of pad out this little moment whilst they're on the server. And we're just waiting. Well, they've just got to jump off, really. So we can see how the final standings look at the end of all of that. So I'm just going to stay with the safety car. No, it's actually gone to darkness. There we go. So there are a couple of safety people on. I need to exit myself. Wait for the end of race. And what I will do for the time being is just show you this lovely graphic. There's no music, sadly, so I need to find some P&R music. Maybe some like whale music or something like that. Something nice and soothing, you know. Really nice. Can I get rid of these disqualifications yet for Coulson? No, I cannot. Very annoying. Results. I can create a penalty, but I can't cancel him. Wonderful. He's got 2 DQs. I'm not sure why that is. Not sure why that is at all. Tonight. If I do that. Nope, wrong one. That's what I want. Is that working? That's working. Look at that. I'm a genius. Right. We're just waiting now for the server to update. So if you're in chat, I hope you have enjoyed tonight's stream. Don't forget to leave a like and hopefully a subscribe if you are a cheeky viewer. Okay, cool. Right, first thing I'm going to do is get rid of Coulson's disqualifications, because quite frankly it wasn't his fault that the server could not take it for him, and the fact that real penalty decided not to bother working. So no instances there. It's a DNF. Let's just give him a point. Points 1. Just adds a point to his series. So I'm actually just going to close and go. Results approved. Let's go to the standings so we can see here fully. Here we go. So here are your championship standings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure how well you can see that in the little TV. You can, okay. So here is our Ultimate Series champion, Season 3. Jay Skyring takes the top spot with 111 points with no victories. So he's not won a single race, but he's attended for most of them. And that's the key element there. I think if 66 was here for the first 2 rounds and Hewis didn't miss 1 round, this could have all been different. Lloyd here finishing P4 with 94. So goes from P2 to P4 at the end. Rabamus takes P5. Sorry, 66 is in P2. Sorry. And Pindalia, our previous Ultimate Sim Racer, has fallen down into P3. He probably won't be happy with that, but he will come back stronger for Season 3 in about 9 to 10 weeks' time. Sinton takes P5. Sobek takes P6 in his first ever Ultimate Sim Racing Series. Congratulations, well done, great result. Coulson takes P7. Alacon takes P8 after only doing 2 rounds. Blumke takes P9. Tack, who has only done 1 race, is in P10. Done 1 race, won it, finished P10. So you can clearly see who was quite consistent with our series. The top kind of 7 were. And if you want to get involved, make sure that you do join our Discord for any more future Pretty Ninja events. The PNTCC will be back on the Monday night fairly soon, like I said, towards the beginning of November. Along that will be 2 other series. You can vote on those in our Discord channel just by clicking the numbered reaction. Whichever one gets the most votes is the ones that we will do. So that'll be the Wednesday night one and the Sunday night one, which is kind of like a miniature endurance, but kind of not at the same time. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure when next time will be, because we don't actually have any league set up, so I might just do off-the-cuff streams off like prep work for the 3 hours of Daytona, which is happening on the 4th of November. And if you are a PC user and you have ACC and you are part of WSS, you can get involved. If you want to find out how, again, you just need to join our Discord. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, look after yourselves. It's been an absolute pleasure. My name is Anders, and I will catch you on the next stream. Bye-bye.